From Trade to Territory is the second chapter of Class 8 NCERT History. It is a long chapter, so I have divided it into 4 parts. The first part, that is the origin and early growth of East India Company in India, will explain in detail number 1, how East India Company from Britain came to India for trade. Number 2, how to maximize its profit in trade. It gradually eliminated all its European rivals in India. Number 3, why East India Company established a strong political and economic base in Bengal, the richest province of the Indian subcontinent at that time. And number 4, how the control over Bengal paved the way for establishment of the mighty British Empire in India. This video will cover the following topics. Number 1, the political scenario of India in the 18th century. Number 2, East India Company comes to India for trade. Number 3, reasons for rivalry among the European trading companies. Number 4, how East India Company established its trading base in Bengal. Number 5, some important questions for recap. Before we start the chapter, it is important to understand the political scenario of India in the early 18th century. With the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, Delhi ceased to function as an effective center. Taking advantage of this situation, many Mughal governors and zamindars started asserting their authority and establishing their own independent regional kingdoms. By the mid-18th century, the East India Company had emerged as a strong entity on the political horizon of India. They came as a small European trading company and gradually succeeded in establishing the British Raj in India. Now let us learn about the birth and growth of East India Company. East India Company acquired a charter from Queen Elizabeth I in 1600, granting the company the exclusive right to trade with East from Britain. Now here the word charter means a written legal document issued by the sovereign or the ruler. Now the two words exclusive right are very important because it meant that no other trading company of Britain was allowed to trade with East. In other words, we can say that East India Company had absolutely no competition from any other trading company of Britain. However, during the same time approximately, other European companies also discovered the sea route to India. For example, by early 16th century, the Portuguese had established their base in Goa. By early 17th century, the Dutch were also exploring the possibilities of trade with India, and in 1668, the French company had arrived in India. Now here you must always remember that all these European trading companies coming to India had the same goal, which was to exclude or eliminate competition so that they could buy cheap and sell at a higher price. So the next important question is why the European companies were involved in a fierce rivalry. All the companies were interested in buying the same things from the Indian markets. Both cotton and silk textile produced in India were in great demand due to its fine quality, exquisite design, vibrant color, and affordable price. Now, all these beautiful European dresses were made from the popular Indian fabric called chintz. It was wood block painted calico with a glazed finish. This very popular Indian fabric had originated in Golconda, present-day Hyderabad. Indian spices too had a huge demand in the European market due to its unique and exotic flavor. For example, pepper was so popular in the European market that it was nicknamed as black gold and king of spices. So, the competition among the European companies in India pushed up the cost prices and reduced the profit margin. The only way to earn profit now was to eliminate the rival companies. This led to intense conflicts and battles between the companies as they sought to control trade routes and dominate the market. They started sinking each other's ships, blocking the sea routes, preventing the rival ships from moving with supplies, and in short, creating all sorts of hurdles for each other. Now, this resulted in trade being carried out with armed soldiers and trading bases being protected through fortification. In this rivalry, East India Company emerged victorious and gradually eliminated all its European rivals. East India Company begins trade in Bengal. The first English factory was set up on the banks of Hooghly in 1651. Factory was basically a warehouse where the goods were kept for export. This was the reason why the English always fortified their factories. The factory also had offices for the officials. The officials were called the factors. In 1691, the company persuaded the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to grant permission for duty-free trade in Bengal. This permission was granted by a farman. Farman was something very similar to a charter, that is, a legal written document issued by the emperor. So the question is, why did Aurangzeb grant this permission to East India Company? He did so because the company's officials had manipulated the Mughal court and had convinced the emperor that the trade would boost the Mughal economy. By 1696, the company started fortifying its factory in Bengal. As trade expanded, the company persuaded the merchants and the traders to come and settle near the factory. So in 1698, the company bribed the Mughal officials and acquired the zamindari rights over the three villages called Govindpur, Sutanuti and Kolikata, and in the image you can see the three villages. The officials of the company started misusing the farman granted by Aurangzeb by using it for their own trade. This manipulation of the existing concessions, rules and regulations in the farman caused enormous loss of revenue for the Bengal government. Thus we can conclude by stating that establishing its base in Bengal was a significant beginning in the story of rise and growth of the East India Company. While the company had established factories in other parts of India earlier, Bengal emerged as a pivotal region for its commercial and political expansion, which we will discuss in detail in the next video. Some important questions for recap. Number one, what shifts occurred in India's political landscape after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707? Number two, what key factors led to the rise of East India Company as a dominant trading power in India? Number three, what were the main reasons for rivalry among the European trading companies? Number four, what steps did East India Company take to establish its trading base in Bengal? So in part 1 we explored the rise and growth of East India Company, and in part 2 we will analyze how a strong base in Bengal helped to strengthen East India Company's political and economic dominions over the Indian subcontinent. Thank you for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, please like, share and subscribe Indrani's History channel.